Right, so I like to say Barak Atah Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rakaha Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Right, so there's no fixing the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American family by way of podcast, right? Because you have a lot of that going on, man. A lot of podcasts going on of the black man telling, of the so-called black man telling a black woman, how off she is, how wrong she is, and vice versa, right? That's not gonna fix the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American families, right? What's gonna bring order within the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American family is to tear down this world we live in today and to bring about a new. That's the only way that's gonna happen. You're not gonna fix the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American families by way of doing our podcast. Actually, man, Charleston White, that was a podcast he did where he practically said the exact thing, that there's no fixing the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American family. Well, he said the black families, right? There's no fixing that because our generation and the generation that's coming after is destroyed, which to roughly paraphrase what he said, but he's completely right. There's no fixing the mindset of these niggas, man. There's no doing it. There's no doing it. When they have podcasts, they're not even having podcasts talking about the Most High. The Most High, I don't really. There's not a lot of podcasts that includes the Most High in their conversations, especially the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. Like you will have so-called white podcasters that bring people to their podcast that throws who they call Jesus and God into their podcast once in a while, right? But I really haven't watched a so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American podcast where this is something that's consistent. It's consistent within their podcast. So the scriptures even tell you in Isaiah, woe unto them that take counsel, but not of me. And remember, the word woe means to threaten or destroy, right? So woe unto them that take counsel, but not of me. So when they come into these podcasts, they're not talking about the righteousness of Yahweh Shai. They're not talking about walking in his ways. They're talking about building a structure that the so-called white man had about some years ago when we were in captivity, right? Pretty much copycatting what the so-called white man had going on, right? But the so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right? The Lord, we are the seeds of Yahweh Shai. We are the people of the Lord. So we supposed to follow what the scriptures say, right? We supposed to keep that which the scriptures have been given unto us to keep. And I keep repeating it, this is what the Lord require of us. I believe that's Deuteronomy 10 and 12. The Lord require for us to walk in his law, statutes, commandments, not walk how we want to walk, not get in order how we want our women to get in order, not our women trying to tell us how we get in order. We supposed to tell our women how they get in order, right? And we supposed to be the ones to keep the order that the Lord have given unto us. But nah, we trying to build a structure of our own. Look what happened to a Black Wall Street, man. Our people prospered. Our people, we built within a society, within the captivity in this society, and the Lord brought it down because this is not our rest. Anytime when we build something, we got to build it in the name of Yahweh Shai, or it would just crumble, right? But right now, it's not for us to build here in this kingdom. It's for us to wait for the fall of this kingdom, to wait for the destruction of this kingdom, So the kingdom that is going to be brought forth is going to be the kingdom of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. Right? And we're not going to be treated like shit, because we're treated like shit everywhere, man. Right? We're treated like shit everywhere. We're treated like shit no matter where we go. Salakia. So this is not our kingdom, man. And podcast isn't gonna save the so-called Black Hispanics and Native Americans, no matter how many videos you make during podcasts talking about the black woman wanting to be independent, or a boss babe, or whatever the hell the black woman is calling herself these days. Right, so let me get this. This is Isaiah 65:17. It says, "For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind." And how the Lord is going to bring about a new heavens and a new earth, a new rulership, right? A new rulership that's going to rule over the earth and over the nations. How the Lord's going to do that? By way of destruction. So the only way that the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native American is the only way that there's going to be order within these nations of people is by way of death and destruction. That might sound brutal. It might sound effed up in a way, but that's just what's going to happen. Right? The Lord is about to bring about a great reset unto his people. There's going to be a great reset within the children of Israel. This is why all of Israel is not going to be saved. It's written in the scriptures. All of Israel is not going to be saved, right? Here where we inhabit it now. The only way all of Israel is going to be saved is by the Lord gathering up his elect, bringing destruction to this world, and then having the elect bring back Israel through the loins of the elect. That's just what's going to happen. The Lord is not about to come down here, right, and walk around with the scriptures, right, prophesying and speaking unto Israelites, talking about getting order. He's not about to do that. That's not going to happen. That is why he have the prophets out on the highways and hedges. This is why you have men out there wearing garments telling our people what? To come back to Yahushua, keep the laws and statutes and commandments, because the Lord is about to bring destruction. This is why you have men out there talking about these things. If you do not take heed to that which is being said out there, then you're going to get caught up in these perilous times to come. That's just what it is. So no, there's no podcast in the world that's going to be set up that's going to get our people in some form of order. The only way to bring order about the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans, the true Israelites, is by way of death and destruction. As I mentioned, out in the highways and hedges, is that the Lord is going to turn everything right side up. Everything is going to be turned right side up, man. So why Esau believing that he's going to bring about his new world order? No, the Lord is about to bring about his new world order. The Lord is about to reset. The Lord is about to do his great reset. These devils are about to be taken out of power and put into captivity, while the elect is going to set up, while the Lord is going to set up his elect, right, upon the earth, and they're going to rule, with Yahushua being the head over the elect. Because again, man, there's no, like, hey, there ain't no way in hell you gonna try to get the black woman in order, man. There ain't no way in hell you gonna try to get a black woman in order. There ain't no way in hell you gonna get an emotional ass nigga in order that's a gangbanger, man. If it's not already in their spirit to turn their ways around and come unto Yahweh Shemel Shai, there's no way you gonna get a nigga like that in order, man. And I have talked to Israelite men about this, and they rejected it. They came against it. Right? You know how difficult it is trying to get a so-called black, Hispanic, or Native American Christian out of Christianity or out of these different religions. If it's not already in their spirit to come up out of that shit, they not gonna come out of it, man. They gonna stick with it and stick to it, and they will damn near fight you. They would damn near fight you if you disregard their belief in their religions. So no, man, the scriptures tell you a man is persuaded in his own mind. So in order to bring order into our people, destruction have to come, man. Because our people are stiff-necked and hard-headed, trying to get them out of this mad world, right? Is almost damn near impossible. Especially when you're dealing with a nigga, man, that don't want to listen or want to fight you because, you know, you telling him Christianity is a lie, or you telling him being a Jehovah's Witness is bugged out, or being a moron is just that, a bunch of morons. When I say morons, I'm talking about Mormons. Trying to get Jake out of that Muslim crap or Hindu, because now Jake is just so damn spiritual, right? He into the Hindu stuff now, man. Or trying to get Jake out of Scientology or Egyptology. It's not impossible, but they already have to be searching for this. Believe me, man, I didn't have many debates with dudes that believed in these different religions and all of this madness, and we would go at it for hours. So there's just some men that won't understand this, and there's just some that will. That's Matthew 13, I believe 13:10, if I'm not wrong. The disciples asked Yahushua, why did you speak to the people in parables? He said, because it is for you to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but for them it is not given. So you got some that's going to understand this, and you got some that's not. So in order to bring all Israel unto one mind, unto one body, hey man, there's going to be a lot of death and destruction to come with that, man. People don't understand, man. In order to create a new world, man, you got to destroy the old one, and you're not gonna do that by way of passing laws and policies, and by passing laws and policies and making shit mandatory. Yeah, death and destruction have to come, and then there got to be one that rules that have to come and snatch people up, man. So in order to bring about a difference within the world, violence have to be done. Violence have to come. When this whole migrant thing took place with these illegal aliens that they call them, when they come across the border, look at Texas. When they were trying to come across the border of Texas, Texas came up against the president about opening their borders, supposedly so the border patrol can do their jobs or something. They were willing to fight to keep their borders closed, man. And Biden was ready to send F-16s to Texas and blow some shit up. So in order to make change, destruction have to come, man. Death have to come. That's just what it is. So I'm gonna read this one more time, then I'm gonna end it from there. Salaki, bear with me. Isaiah chapter 65, verse 17. For behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. So I want to say Barakatah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah. Lord willing, this was edifying. Shalom.